So one of the hardest things I've had to work with, I guess, becoming ordained is my attachment to my family, and of course with their attachment too, especially to my parents, because we're very, very close. And it was a really nice surprise to have them appear at the end of my full ordination. We had been briefly in touch about it, and I knew they were thinking about coming, but still undecided. And it was through the encouragement of some friends in Singapore who said, the ordination's very meaningful. You should come. You should go for that. And they appeared because they didn't come for my ordination here at the Abbey. My dad said that if he had shown up, he would have been useless and he would have just cried the whole time. So he said, maybe best not to do that. So it's been a long process with them. But it was really nice to have them come and really try and make a connection with the Chinese tradition, to meet monastics. I heard them talk about their grief. It's always surreal to hear your parents talk about their grief about you when you are still here. It's like, well, who are you grieving? I'm not sure, some mysterious person who doesn't exist anymore. But so from my side, it's learning to be accepting and to understand, we all have our process, and of course they're going to feel upset, and to give them the space to feel whatever they need to feel and not feel responsible for it. So anyhow, my time with them reminded me of a letter I received from my mother in 2013, and I wanted to share that with actually all parents and kids. She writes in this very beautiful Chinese script, so I'm just going to translate as we go. So I received this letter when I first moved here as an anagarika, and I was still in training, and I had written them a letter in Chinese. It takes me a long time to write, right? It's this long letter saying, I've decided I'm going to ordain. I'm sorry if you're not happy, and I love you. Something like that in many paragraphs, okay? I'm not killing people. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm trying to do something meaningful with my life. Okay, so this was her response. She says, Dear Xuechun, that's my Chinese name, in 2013 for you is a new milestone in your life. You have bid farewell to the 9 to 5 routine. Actually, I should say it is a 9 to 9 routine because you used to work late into the night, perhaps for 12 hours a day. Now you have stepped into a brand new journey in life. In this new year, I wish for you to have everything go according to your heart's wishes, to have good health, and so that you can fulfill your journey in the Buddha Dharma. Recently, I was clearing old emails, and I saw something that a friend had sent me some years ago. I found it very meaningful, and so I am copying it out here now for you. So this is a poem. Your child does not belong to you. They are the continuation of life. They represent the continuation of life. They have come through you, but they were not born for you. You can give them love, but you cannot give them thoughts, because they have their own mind. You can give your child a home, but that is not where his spirit lives, because their mind has already flown to their home tomorrow. Sorry, this is my translation on the fly. So she said, I feel that you are like the child described above. Sravasti Abbey is the home of your spirit. Living at the Abbey is the kind of life you want to live, and pursuing the Buddha Dharma is what your ideal is. So now that you want to step onto this uncommon path, it's very difficult. The road in front of you is long and curvy. Wishing you all the best in your studies. Mom, spring 2013. So I've kept this for these few years, and I read it from time to time because I guess I was just so moved by her willingness to accept whatever I had chosen in life. I had never expected that from her. Definitely not when I ordained. I was just prepared for, you make a decision you believe in, and whatever the consequences are, that's what they are. That's the kind of conviction I tried to have, knowing that this was going to benefit myself and others in the very long run. So it was such a gift to hear this from her. And later on, I heard about her process too, where she said, she just decided, if she had decided to be angry and never speak to me again, we would both lose out, right? And what would the point of that be? So too, to hear that she was working it through this way and that she found it in her heart to accept what her child had become, and rejoice in that and feel happy about that, I think it's the greatest gift I have received from my parents, both of them. So really, I know it's a huge struggle for all parents really to give up their children in whatever way, whether it is to the triple jam or to their spouse or in unfortunate circumstances. It's not something I can fully empathize with, being the spoiled child on the other end. I think the depth of a parent's love is really quite something huge. And that's why it's the analogy we always turn to, right? To think of the mother's love for the child and to develop that in ourselves for all sentient beings. So may we be able to do that, yeah, with all beings that we come across, to meet them wherever they are and to accept them in whatever choices they make, and to try and keep steering them on the path to full awakening as we grow together.